I'll be impressed with both of us.
We're gonna do some sideshow juggling water deal. I don't know.
There's no peace.
Oh, wow. I just flew in.
And boy, I'm tired.
I just got my job. I was doing Dirt Gently up in Vancouver. It's a lot of fun. Mr. Elijah Wood is a gentleman and a scholar and a lot of fun to work with. Plus everybody in the cast is fantastic. Max Landis is his show, and I don't know if y'all ever had a chance to have any exposure to him. He's quite an original person.
Yes.
He's existing somewhere up. He taps into this stream of consciousness thing that is a ride to be a part of, to jump on and surf with.
He's like pure energy too. Like he just goes. And this season of Dirt, if you guys don't watch Dirt Gently, you should, because it's sort of like an anthology with the same cast. And this season is sort of more of a fantasy angle heading into it, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
so there's a whole different world that we go into. It's almost like Sherlock Holmes meets Doctor Who, kind of. Max is like, all the soldiers move like snakes. No, don't move like snakes. Move like soldiers. What are we doing? It's pretty intense.
Well, I'm going to throw it out to the questions to the audience, but first off, I got it lost in the intro, but Emmy nominated Alan Tudyk. How does that feel? Emmy nominated actor Tudyk for a comedy, short form, or drama.
Or drama. Ours is definitely a comedy for Con Man. How many people know Con Man? It seemed not that many. Like 11. Really not that many. But that's great. It's going to be on. I mean, it is because I feel like it hasn't been seen. We were first on Vimeo. We were crowdfunded with a lot of help from fans. 47,000 of them. They gave us $3.2 million. Whatever. After paying our parking tickets, we had like 0.2 still left. And we made the show, Con Man. We made a mobile game Con Man the game. All right, you can build your own con. And if you have any issues with Joss Whedon, he's the guy that you may clean up vomit. Take out the trash. So that's fun. It's a show about cons and about a guy played by me who used to be on a sci-fi show. He fly a spaceship, whatever. And his best friend, played by Nathan Fillion, used to be the captain. It's a little different though because Ray nearly is his name. He's nearly there. He made some really bad career choices, and his career kind of hits the dirt. And he goes to cons, and he's gotten a little bitter about his life because his best friend is like Matt Damon famous. Nathan has become Matt Damon, not Ben Affleck. Mindy Sterling also was nominated for an Emmy. Who's in it? She plays my manager. She's actually nominated for 2 different things. I haven't paid attention to what the other one is, but Con Man. And it feels really good coming from Vimeo is where it first went. So not the easiest place to watch things because there's not a button or a thing to watch it. And then Comic-Con HQ was a new streaming channel that Lionsgate was part of. That, of the many streaming services, a lot of people don't know about it. So we got a second season, they paid for the second season. And had a lot of fun making that. We made a musical this year with Lou Ferrigno. It happens at a con and we all get trapped in this basement and he wants to do this It's called Of Mice and Men, I'm Stupid. we end up putting it on, and it's so much fun. And we just did Comic-Con in San Diego.
Did you drink that, or did that spill?
No, I tried.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
I'm working on very little sleep, so you don't know, I'm cagey.
We're gonna need to raise more money, crowdfund, just to pay for that right there.
There are children in the audience. And they're like, me too. What was it about?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm appalled by your accent.
I know, it's ridiculous.
And now it's coming to sci-fi.
Now it's coming to sci-fi. It's coming to sci-fi. It's going to come out. They're going to show it a little late at night. You know, they're rebranding. It's going to be shown. First season will be shown a little late at night because it's a little racy, a little bit. That sounds wrong these days.
Yeah.
Like race is involved. It's a little. It's meant for adults, I guess.
It's like PG-16.
Yeah, 16. Nothing too crazy. I do appear naked. With the proper blurring. It was a lot of fun, because then the blurring then takes me over. And we have a booth here somewhere. I don't know where. I texted PJ or other. Booth 477.
That's a Con Man booth. Go check it out.
Okay.
Unless there was more to that text, like, don't send them.
No, it's just
PJ.
PJ.
Just
He's a brilliant gentleman.
Let's go to an audience question. Hey, right.
Last night was Stanley, phenomenal gentleman. He had a 70-year marriage, and I know, I just want to remind you, you got an anniversary next month, but... I made that mistake.
My wife says thank you.
But the question, you've done so much, voice acting, live acting, TV, movies. In another 70 or 69 years or so, when you come back to the cons, what are you going to want to be known for? What is the legacy that you'd like to leave?
Wow.
It's early for a legacy question.
Escaping justice.
That should help them.
You know, it's tough. Con Man is a big part of my life now, has been for the last 3 years, because it takes a lot to make a show. And it involves a lot of different fandoms. It is a, it echoes what I've learned, or my experiences since 2003 when Firefly was canceled too soon. And so, and I should say, it isn't, like, we went around to production companies and said, hey, so we want to make this thing about cons. They're like, oh my God, right, nerds. Costumes, and what are they thinking? I'm like, and this meeting's over. You're missing the point. And so it is about, you know, see, it's a love letter. I don't know if it's a love letter. It's more of like a, I don't know, like a friendship bracelet? I don't know, something like that. It's just because there's fans in it, you know, people who helped raise money with us. They appear in the cons, so when you see the fans at the cons that we created, you're like, oh, those are actually fans. That is their cosplay that they put together. And a good example of how like an experience from, I definitely have never done a musical, but Lou Ferrigno came up to me one day in the green room at a con, and he says, hey, we should do Of Mice and Men together. Yep. Yes, we should. It's going to be a little different than you think, the way I'm putting it together, but I'm coming to you in about a year, and so it's experiences put into that, different cons, where there was one with the baby doll, we did that with Trisha Helfer. So there's a lot of people I wanted to work with to write crazy scenes with. Trisha Helfer does physical comedy. Stuff that I just wanted to do, and so Con Man, but part of Con Man is to celebrate this world, and something that's become a major part of my life since 2003. I mean, really, I should have anniversaries for that.
Yeah.
If you ask a question, you get something from my bag of shit, so. This is like Spectrum, which is the show within the show. This is the cover of a comic. We have 2 comics that was also crowdfunded. Up for award as well.
Yeah.
Ringo Award. Not a great name. The guy who could almost drum in the Beatles.
Too soon?
There's a famous quote by John Lennon when they said, so you guys are the greatest band in the world, they say. Is Ringo the best drummer in the world? He's not the best drummer in the band. Oh, John. So this is also, when you go in and do ADR voiceover after you shoot the thing, this is from Con Man. So this was after Alan Tudyk. These were some of the voiceovers I had to put in. Woohoo, pig sound. Oh yeah, that's good. That's for the, so this was for the musical. Lenny, this way. Anyway, so pick up your prizes right there.
Hi, Alan. First of all, I wanted to thank you very much for rearranging your schedule, because I know you almost didn't make it. My question concerns the read-through, the table read. I mean, I was in high school theater. We never did that. So.
Of Firefly. Of Spectrum. Oh, of Fire. What read-through?
You haven't done table reads on anything?
Oh, no, yes, I've absolutely done it. So just generally...
Yeah, and I would assume that, the table read, the whole experience from Firefly would have been different from Powerless, would have been different from Dollhouse. Can you talk a little bit about, how helpful or not helpful you found them, and just general thoughts?
They're great. For Firefly, we were meeting for the first time, and I remember the guy coming in, I was like, oh my God, that's the cat. Doesn't look like a cat. He's good looking and all, but I don't think I would take orders from him. And then he came up to me and he goes, hi, I'm Sean Marr. I play the doctor. When you do sitcoms, those read-throughs are almost more for the writers, so they can hear their jokes and go, that joke doesn't work, and the network is there, and they go like this, they'll be like, when did you get here? And the entire assembled network studios go, they really push, the laughter is pushed. Everyone is different. Movies, they don't do them that much, but whenever they have done them, it's so helpful for the actors and directors and everybody to get on the same page, so you can literally go, why is my character doing this suddenly? Okay, here's your prize. Now, this was an invitation. Look at this. This was for Big Hero 6. This was the invitation that Disney sent me for something, and I wasn't going to give it to my goddaughter, so it says, love y'all, Uncle Al. Watching of it stream, that would really be bad.
Well, you actually, speaking of table reads, are sort of connected. Just a couple hours down south, you're going to be appearing in a play called Meteor Shower.
Yeah, on Broadway.
On Broadway! Amy Schumer, Angel White Key, and Laura Benanti.
Laura Benanti, yeah.
By Steve Martin, a play by Steve Martin. He's an up-and-comer.
I hear he's good.
Have you already met with that? Because that's this fall, right? Like, have you already met with this cast and already started doing any prep or anything?
You know, it's going to be our first read-through in September.
Oh, wow.
Soon. Steve Martin emailed me yesterday, and I played this bad guy, Dirk Gently. And suddenly on my scene's like, what are you doing? I got an email. Steve Martin emailed me. Oh my God. He said, I own you. Okay, here is...
That was my question.
Oh, that was,
Yeah. But it's really cool for the next question.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough, that was also my question. So congrats on Broadway.
Thank you very much.
So I guess a follow-up then would be, how do you feel about sort of doing stage acting versus film acting, and how do you approach that?
I started stage acting. That's how it began, acting. I used to go back every few years to do a play, but it has been, I realized, 10 years since I've done a play. Oh my God. So kudos to them for casting me. Because this could be a shit show, really. Yeah, so hopefully I'll make it to opening night. This is a dinosaur, this is his cage.
Hi, Ellen. My name is Catherine. I'm a huge fan of Wash and K2SO and the Dukes, Wessel and Weaselton.
Westholt.
And Weaselton.
Oh, right, yeah.
But since Moana came out, there's really only one thing I want from this panel. Would you please make some chicken noises for me?
So the way that worked was, I went in about for 4 hours, that's it. And the movie was pretty much put together, and I just watched it and made rewind and do it again, but you know, so he's on a boat, it's like, and then he falls off the boat into the water. So that's pretty much how it went. When I did Powerless, they let me raid a little bit because DC was involved in it. No, I ain't look at that. There you go.
When you get cast as a chicken,
Yes.
is it a acknowledgement of your talents? I mean, like obviously you've done a lot with Disney.
Right.
Are they just like, oh, we need a chicken? Got it. Call of Duty. Like,
Well, the way that I think it went was, A.K. was originally, he was almost cut from the movie. Because, thank goodness they didn't cut him. He was a cocky rooster, and it wasn't working. And the animators loved him, and I believe it was Lasseter or, I don't know, somebody said, you gotta cut that chicken, it's not working. And went out of town, got sick, and was supposed to be cut. And they said, all right, what do we gotta do? How are we gonna save this chicken? They said, let's make them stupid. That's when they said, get me out, Tudyk! This is my call sheet for Powerless. One of them totally canceled, but it was a lot of fun. And here's an old tie.
well, that was me again. So maybe get rid of this guy.
That's how it'd be perfect for class. I'm a teacher, actually. So my question is this: I've loved all of your work, and as an actor, do you have a preference for whether you're actually on camera versus when you're doing more vocal work?
Right. They're really different. I prefer on camera just because it's harder. I mean, they're great. It's a fun. It's very different processes. Like with King Candy is a good example. He can make noise, just random noise. So he'd be like, "Welcome to the Ross the race." And then you'd see it animated, and he'd be like, "Welcome to the Ross the race." And they would fill whatever that noise was with passion. So it's a fun back and forth with the animators. And then acting on camera. The thing about that is, you know, you're married to what you did on the day. And that has to be like, we can only do one take. It's the sun's going down. You didn't eat, you know, whatever it is. So it's always like, what did we get? It's tough. So I guess I appreciate that. Although if I had to choose one, it's stage. So glad I'm going back because, although again, con man. Directing, producing, acting, writing. What a moron. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. So if I'm going on difficulty level, that was it. Here you go. I don't know, are there any voters in the audience? Just okay, that's fine.
Well, actually, I mean, when you're working on other stuff, Dirk Gently, when you're going to do meteor shower, do you have a hard time setting aside Con Man and not thinking about, oh man, this is an idea for a script, I want to work on this.
Right.
Because when you're such the creative force behind it, it's easy to just want to go do that.
When I got Star Wars, we had just crowdfunded. We had said, all right, we're in production, we're pre-production, we're casting, we've got locations, everything was going. Then I got a call from Star Wars saying, you just need to meet. You need to meet with the director. So I go to meet him and he's telling me all these things about this is what the human's going to look like, and this is some early drawings in K2, and I had already auditioned and met with him on Skype, and he's telling me way too much stuff. I knew I was either going to be killed or getting the role. And he said afterwards, Gareth Edwards, he's like, so, you want to do it? Which is not how things go. You have to go through hierarchy and maybe, and the producers are questioning, and now there's another guy, it's between you and 3 people, and it's just like, you want to do it? And I said, as long as I don't have to work in June. Because if it shoots in June, I'm not doing it. Because I got to do this thing. What a moron. I came back and told PJ and Nathan, they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? The fans will understand if you, this is your question. So, yeah, your head is a different place. When I was doing Star Wars, I was also editing, so I would, some days, not all days, it'd be like da-da-da-da-da, and cut. And then I would go off, and now I'm editing. I do that, cut that, do that. I gotta get the music for that. And then we'd be back. And so because I get done and I go home, go back to whatever. I go to my flat, and we're in London, and edit till 2 in the morning, send it. It was ridiculous. Edit till 2 in the morning, send it off, get to work in the morning. About lunchtime, they would send the changes that I had sent on my notes, and then I could watch those so that when I got off work, I would, oh boy, yeah, it was ridiculous. And season 2 had its own thing.
Silly hour. We only have time for a couple more questions.
Ah, shit.
So we're going to go over here. Real quick, hi.
Hi, I'm really excited after seeing you on so many YouTube panels to finally see you in person. My question is, I'm wondering if you could play any one superhero, who would it be, and what villain would you want to foil?
I've said this before. It is Aquaman, but not the Jason Momoa Aquaman. Although could totally do that. They asked me, but they wanted me to do it in June, so I was like, can't do it. Oh yeah, okay, that's something. So Aquaman, but an Aquaman who smells like fish. Maybe has a thing out of his side from a speedboat. He's got one of those 6 plastic net that he can't, some fish hooks here, and he takes out his enemy. So what enemy? Ultron? And the way he takes him out is just drags him into the sea and holds him down until he drowns. this is great because this is Nolan North, and he did this dog whimper where he's the dog that dies in the musical. He gets shot like so many times, I won't die. Anyway, and this is a bag I found that's signed by Nathan and me, so put it in.
This is going to be our final question.
Shoot. Well, we have a Con Man panel later at the con, so, you know.
Come to that.
Come to that. All right, yes.
Alan, to your credit, the con man does not look scripted at all.
Oh,
How often do you feel the need to go off script when you're in the middle of a performance?
I don't. You know, I guess I do more now that the comments sort of changed everything since I was on the other side of it. But, you know, Max Landis on Dirk Gently likes his words like they were saying with Joss Whedon. So you sort of respect their, you know, how they, if they have definitely Joss Whedon, you can hear the musicality of his writing. So you don't mess with that. Even like, do not, and you say don't. It's like, yeah, you're missing it. You know? Oh, okay. I usually wait for a director to say, go for it. I don't know. Anymore, I ask permission, and if they give me permission, I'll go. So this is my VIP pass for the London Comic-Con, which was just happening a couple weeks ago. And here's some extra long-lasting flavors.
As you go along on that show, Con Man. It doesn't even look scripted.
I wish, you know, sometimes when I would be editing, I'm like, why didn't we, you know, we could have played around even more, but yeah, some of those jokes were very, Mindy Sterling was like, why these words you write in ways, here's an example, now this is a gross example. No, I won't do that. All right, this is one she hated. She says, because she's in love with Sean Marr, who plays Sean Marr. She's also in love with Leslie Jordan, who's, you may know him from Will and Grace. He plays Leslie something. He's hysterical. He's turned a camera on him and it's gold. But I'm saying, what are you doing? You're pretending to be, you know, in the middle of a transition sexually. What are you doing? And she says, Ray, sexuality is a fluid thing. Sexuality is a fluid thing. Oh man. I'm gonna change it and make it even grosser though. Sexuality is a fluid thing. A sticky, translucent fluid. Whose smell is largely dictated by diet.